And I'm Jacqueline Youm, like Zoom, and I will be playing Vanessa. Passing it to you, Jackie.
I am Jackie Kusher. I'll be playing Adam SEITZ.
Allison.
Hi, I'm Allison McAlister. I'll be playing ESTIE SEITZ.
Melaine.
I'm Elaine Silver, and I'll be narrating.
Kristina.
Hi, I'm Kristina McKinney, and I'll be playing NADIA RUIZ.
Excellent. Thomas.
TJ Coan, I'll be playing Preston Tyler.
And Reggie.
Hi, my name is Tommy Franklin, and I'll be playing Reggie.
Excellent. Break a leg.
SEITZ living room, Brooklyn, late afternoon. It's a room which hasn't had new furniture in it for a long time.
ESTIE! ESTIE, where are you? Did you get my messages?
I didn't check.
I called 3 times.
How would I know if I didn't check?
Then what's the point of having a cell phone?
How else would you reach me?
So?
Now I heard. You got fired again.
Don't say it like that.
Sorry. Why'd you get fired this time, Daddy?
Because I raised my voice against narrow-minded, bigoted idiocy.
Again?
Yes, again. I won't let my students be brainwashed by self-serving political agendas.
Why not? They're brainwashed every day by social media, the news, each other.
But not in my classroom. That is the sanctuary of truth.
Were any other prophets fired?
No, just me. Where the hell are you going?
I have a 3 o'clock Zoom.
Damn it, Esther, I'm upset.
Sorry. What really happened, Daddy?
As opposed to my usual delusional perceptions?
Yes.
The school board is changing the map of Israel.
That's a pretty big move for a dinky private school in Brooklyn.
Because they're...
And you said?
But there is good news.
Thank you, Grandma Gussie.
I can request the hearing.
The confess your petite bourgeois sins, Father, forgive me, I know not what I think, which you've always rejected.
Not this time, ESTIE.
Why? You don't have to kiss their rings, just make a deal.
Oh, right. My humiliations behind door number 2, Monty.
Yes, get the severance. You're 65. You won't find another teaching job with your record anyway. I'll take the money, Monty.
Sayonara to the rat race.
No, sayonara to the rats.
Just put me out to pasture. Have you got the nursing home picked out?
Of course.
Well, I hope you haven't put down a deposit because it's too late.
What have you done, Adam?
I've got calls into Brucey and Lou.
Who you haven't spoken to since Jerry Garcia died.
Oh, now I'm friendless and unemployable.
Yeah, pretty much. How will you pay for these high-priced lawyers?
They won't charge me.
Because of all those shrooms at Dead concerts?
Some things still matter. I'm marching into battle, whether you approve or not, Esty.
Look, there's a smart lawyer I follow on Instagram.
You hate attorneys.
I follow God's successes and failures.
Oh, because of your sacred mission to end social media as we know it. All colors and creeds.
Yes.
Religions.
From Druids to Buddhists.
Political persuasions.
No matter how much I gag.
Binary. Non-binary.
God, how old are you?
Any felons?
2.
Really?
Really?
Any Slovakians?
Why Slovakians?
Oh, why not?
3.
Uyghur Muslims?
Oh, why do you think I broke up with that Chinese girl?
I guess it can't hurt to have a backup plan. I appreciate your help, Esty.
Don't. You're making a mistake. B-I-G.
You wouldn't risk your reputation introducing me to this lawyer if my case was hopeless.
Why must you always make things more than they are?
Because they usually are, if we only had the guts to admit it. I'm just trying to thank you, Esty.
And pick up your clothes. I had to chase your socks the other day.
Vanessa Bickford office, a few days later in the afternoon. In her moderately successful law office, Vanessa Bickford shakes Adam's hand.
Vanessa Bickford.
Adam SEITZ, but you know that.
Only from reputation?
You've already heard of my case?
That was a joke. My husband says my humor can be a little sandy.
Are you familiar with Myron Coan? Great dry wit. I taught a course on comedians of the 50s and 60s. I even did some stand-up. There's tons of clips on YouTube.
Of you?
No, I wasn't very good. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
Can I get you anything?
Thanks, but I had a Xanax before I came.
Vanessa and Adam sit before a desk.
Why don't you start by telling me how I can help? Your daughter Estie didn't say much.
And that still got me in the door?
I respect what Estie does at ANC.
Well, technically it's ANCASH, Anti-Narcissism Coalition Against Shame and Hatred.
That's a mouthful.
Which is why she calls it ANCASH. And I'm going on about my daughter's acronyms at $250 an hour?
Actually, $400 an hour.
Oh, then I better talk fast. I'm a social studies teacher, and for the last 3 years, I've taught a class on Israeli-Palestinian issues at the Tyler Academy in Park Slope. That's a school for gifted, quirky kids.
Yes, I know Tyler. My son went there.
Is that a conflict?
You wouldn't be here if it were. Please go on.
We begin in May 1948 when Israel and Palestine became independent nations. But the board changed the curriculum to focus on one state, Palestine, as if the 1947 UN partition never happened. as if Israel never existed.
Can't the one-state concept be discussed?
I already do. I discuss everything in my class, respectfully, which isn't always easy with 10th graders.
Then what's the problem?
They want more balance, Miss Bickford.
Again? What's the problem?
A balance is code,
For?
being less Israeli focused.
Did they say that?
No, because it's a code.
Do people know what it means?
If you know the code.
Which you do.
Otherwise, how could I tell you what it means? The primarily Democratic Socialist Board supports BDS. That's...
I'm familiar with the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement against Israel.
And they don't want a Jew teaching this class.
Because you couldn't be objective?
So they say.
Is there any validity to that?
Excuse me. That's like asking if I have dual loyalty to America and Israel.
I'm just trying to understand, Mr. SEITZ. When were you informed of this?
4 days ago, by Preston Tyler, head of the school.
What did Mr. Tyler say?
They want more in the curriculum about Israeli war crimes, apartheid, Jewish lobbyists, the usual.
That's when you were terminated.
He said I wasn't balanced.
Did he say you weren't balanced or your teaching wasn't balanced?
That I wasn't balanced.
Are you certain?
Yes.
It's an important distinction.
I'm positive.
Did you ask what balance meant?
I didn't have to.
The code.
Right.
Did he mention your being Jewish?
No.
Are you a Zionist?
I support both the Jewish Israel and an Arab Palestine, and no, Preston didn't mention that either.
Has anyone on the board ever mentioned your Judaism?
In what way? Wishing me Lashana Tova?
Regarding your teaching.
They're too smart. You know when someone doesn't think you're the right kind.
Right kind of what?
That fits into the politics of Tyler Academy. Explosive, right?
It's very interesting. But I'm not an education lawyer, Mr. SEITZ. School hearings are tricky. I can suggest...
No. ESTIE recommended you. She's never done anything like that.
Mr. SEITZ,
Please, every time I left a position, I declined the hearing.
How many times has that been?
A few. 4. 5 if you include mutual agreement. Well, somewhat mutual.
What's changed now?
I'm 65. And as the song goes, the days are growing short.
I'll need information on your previous teaching jobs.
Absolutely.
All Tyler School emails, letters, performance evaluations, no matter how small.
The caravan will stretch for miles.
Email's fine. I'm busy, Mr. SEITZ.
Which means you must be a good lawyer.
Or just busy.
More dry wit.
I'm no Myron Coan, but yes, I am a good lawyer.
So you'll take the case?
Let me review the materials and
Thank you, Miss Bickford. I look forward to working with you.
I'll let you know. Now you'd better leave before you toll into a second hour.
Vanessa makes notes.
Your line is genius.
Tell me.
There's a hush all over across Brooklyn. Astonishment.
The definition of genius.
I want it to be subtle.
In case it wasn't genius.
In these times, one never knows. I casually dropped it on Mr. Kim, the dry cleaner. He started writing out a check. Merlin glowed all morning.
Morose Marilyn at your front desk?
I tried it on a few patients,
Mm-hmm.
and I could hear the chants. By the time I left, I was no longer Dr. Reggie Bickford, brilliant dentist, but
The painless politician.
genius.
Oh, any worries that your patients weren't upset about losing you?
Like me, they see the higher goal. My campaign will be all about optimism, Nessa. The painless politician, Dr. Reggie Bickford, straightens teeth. Now he will straighten out America. Joe Curlin from the state committee nearly fell over when Preston pitched me. You know how white folks love to tout black success as if they're responsible. But how many Democratic, socialist, orthodontists run for Congress?
It's tomorrow, but today.
Oh, that's good, honey. Curly's down for one night. Guess who he's taking to dinner?
Ooh, not the painless politician.
If I win Curly over, the nomination's mine. Mine, all mine.
Oh,
I had a thought.
mhm.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Not
Come
the
tonight.
painless politician.
Yeah, come tonight. It never hurts to roll out the partner. Who knows what dazzling gems you'll drop between courses?
I've got the support group
You can miss a week.
because you need more dazzling gems, or you don't think
Taking
it helps?
taking a break from grief also helps, huh? Preston thinks you don't like him.
I don't.
You've got to move past what happened to Andrew.
Like you?
That's right. I don't need a shrink and a pity party.
Sorry, I still do.
I have a better idea. Why don't you help me pick out a new tie? I'll splurge on a latte.
I'm on a diet
What for?
because my butt sticks out.
I love butt porches.
Reggie tries cuddling, but Vanessa pulls away.
Oh, now go. I have work.
Anything interesting? That'll change. Once I'm in Congress, your network can really build a practice up.
My practice is fine, Reggie. I love my cases and my clients.
And I thought I'll spend my life wiring kids' mouths too. Mine. Come on.
Now go.
The lethal lawyer strikes.
That's right. Beware.
Okay. How about just for now, we hold off on the credit line for a painless politician?
Because you already told everyone that was your idea.
You know how it is. That's why I love you, Nessa.
You best have other reasons.
Well, stay up tonight and find out.
Angie, get me a latte from downstairs and a chocolate eclair.
SEITZ living room, a few days later, early evening. In a suit and tie, Adam fusses with a tray on the coffee table.
Think that's enough?
So much for the grocery budget.
Swedish meatballs.
God, how old are you?
It's the least I can do if she's nice enough to come here. Will you get dressed?
I am.
Esty, this is a business meeting.
And these are my work clothes.
Oh, hi, Vanessa. Welcome to Chateau SEITZ. This is
Daughter, Esty.
who is just getting dressed.
Daddy, I would so love a Swedish meatball.
Oh my, I haven't had them in forever.
Sit. Be comfortable. Esty, fix Vanessa something to drink.
What the hell are you doing here?
Excuse me?
It's a simple question.
I met with Adam,
What?
and now there's a twice.
No, my email was pretty clear.
Yes, it was. Public humiliation, financial ruin, early dementia?
Which you ignored.
Yes, I did.
Why?
Watch that tone, dear.
Or you'll leave? You were supposed to discourage him.
I'm here to discuss the case with your father, Esty.
Discuss what? A school has a right to define its curriculum.
Are you a lawyer?
Since I keep tabs on a filthy world, I'm a mini expert in a lot of areas.
Well, I am a lawyer. A damn good lawyer, as you know.
I'll take your word.
Why would you have to take my word? Didn't you check out my background before contacting me?
No,
What? You didn't look up my education?
I'm sure they're top flight schools.
Damn straight, like Columbia Law.
Wowie zowie.
What about my case histories? Reviews on goodlawyers.com? 98% positive.
I could care less. All you had to do was explain that Daddy can't win. I knew Adam would listen to a lawyer like you.
A lawyer like me? Because I'm black?
Sure,
You're serious?
sometimes.
This from the CEO of ANCASH, the great defender of tolerance?
So what?
It's as racist to hire me because I'm black as it is to not hire me because I'm black.
No, because I never intended on hiring you.
This is disgusting beyond words.
Of all the insults you've ever had, this wins.
Since I'm an African American, there must be dozens of candidates for the most offensive racist moment?
Well, yeah, this is America.
Actually, dear, I grew up in an upper-class neighborhood in Scarsdale. My father was a principal and my mother an architect. My dentist husband and I live in Brooklyn Heights. I see Matt Damon all the time. So don't cram me into some ghetto girl cliche that fits your narrow white perspective.
Perfect. When you dump my father, show that social justice fervor, he will settle in a second.
Or maybe I'll just show him your original email.
Hot from the freezer of IKEA. Children, I'm sure you understand. How old's your son?
Andrew would have been 16 next month.
Oh, geez. I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
Illness? Accident?
He drowned. It is what it is. Your hearing's in 10 days.
Is that good?
They couldn't deny our request.
I mean that it's happening so quickly.
I wouldn't read too much into that. They'd like to settle as soon as possible.
But we don't.
Why not?
Daddy wants shock and awe.
I strongly advise against that. As a teacher, you obviously talk a lot. I'm sure there have been moments when you wish you'd been more cautious.
Especially in a world where everything's twisted.
Sadly, yes. We don't want any students testifying.
What if they say nice things?
I'm not worried about the dozen who'll praise you, Adam. Just the one who won't. We have to keep our argument narrow.
To anti-Semitism.
Adam, most of the board are Jews, including Preston Tyler.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Vanessa, I was very clear when we met.
And I was very clear about reviewing the materials before drawing up a legal strategy. You've been fired 5 times.
The 5th was almost mutual.
Your Tyler performance reviews are uneven, argumentative, insubordinate, rarely collegial. This from the board and other teachers.
If I were that bad, then why didn't they fire me? Because my kids love me. I'm a good teacher.
There's no proof in any of the materials that you were singled out for your religious or political beliefs.
It's prima facie evidence, Vanessa.
Good. Another lawyer in the house. Adam, my job is to win cases for my clients.
There are different definitions of winning.
Like a moral crusade.
What's wrong with that?
I don't doubt there's some prejudice, Adam. They're not nice people.
Like I don't know.
No, you don't. You really don't. Let me threaten ageism, leverage damage, and get your contract paid, but you can't win on your terms. Please settle, Adam.
Listen to her, Daddy.
I've listened for too long, honey, to everyone except myself. Vanessa, I appreciate your time.
Oh, good job, lady.
Isn't that what you wanted?
Oh, Esther. You know what? I'll represent myself.
No, you're not.
You can't stop me.
I'm not trying to stop you, damn it! Fine. I'll take the case.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Because I need someone who truly believes, Vanessa.
I do believe. I just can't prove anything.
Isn't that kind of important?
Thank you.
And our goal is a public apology.
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes.
You're really desperate for money.
Pro bono.
Oh, no, we'll pay.
How about a discount?
Of course, given the historic nature of the case.
Now you're cooking with gas. When ESTIE showed me your background, I knew you were perfect.
Ping!
Oh, baby knishes, anyone?
Preston Tyler's office. Next day, evening.
Me, the grandson of Rabbi Teitelbaum, accused of anti-Semitism. He wants a public apology, reinstatement, independent curriculum advisory board, field trips to the Holocaust Museum. Of course.
Come on. Science won't get any of that. You know that.
And he wants a raise. A raise. I will slice and dice that right-wing ass. Of course, you know none of this is going to happen.
Would have happened without Vanessa. Yes, I know.
Good. So, what are you doing about your wife, Reggie?
You know Vanessa.
Yes. But that's not the answer.
Vanessa's a terrific lawyer.
Oh, a beautifully written complaint, for sure.
And once she gets her teeth into something, Preston.
Like wanting to sue me over Andrew's death?
Oh, yes, she did.
Yeah. But you finally dissuaded her.
These are very different situations, Preston. You said science has no case.
None. And apologies for my unprofessional outburst.
Believe me, I get it.
I hired that pious peasant when no one else would, and this is how he thanks me. But why am I surprised? Standard fare. Equating criticism of Israel to anti-Semitism. You can question America, but not Zionism. First Amendment, anyone? No, it's time for the Jews to stop guilting the world. Time to step aside for the legitimately oppressed people with real grievances. Like you. And you're the one I'm worried about, Reg.
You heard from Joe Curley?
Still waiting.
He promised a decision last week.
That was before.
How would he know? You told him?
I merely mentioned that you were juggling some personal issues.
How the hell did you have to say anything? Why?
My credibility is on the line here, Reggie, along with a lot of other people who believe in painless politicians.
You think Curley's considering other candidates?
I assume so. Politicians don't like surprises, especially when it's from the candidate's wife.
I said I'll handle Vanessa.
I'm still waiting.
There shouldn't be any doubts. I came through once and I will again.
Then do it. Show everyone what a rock star you really are.
Oh, I will. And you better remember who the candidate is, Preston.
I am now. I am. This is the Reggie Bickford I wanted to hear instead of that sniveling, oh, I'm afraid of my wife crap.
Are you playing me?
Whatever it takes, Reg. Whatever it takes.
Vanessa's office. Next day, morning. Reggie enters and mimes yanking a knife out of his back, staggering as if stabbed. As Reggie collapses into a chair.
Okay. Okay, I was going to tell you.
Why? It was far more enjoyable having Preston Tyler flip out.
What'd he say?
What do you think he said?
I don't have time for guessing games.
No, you're too busy sabotaging my political career.
Oh, go floss yourself, Reggie. It's a school board hearing. Gosh.
And yet you're with you as the lawyer.
Keep your voice down.
Why, Vanessa? Why?
Because it's an interesting case.
What's so interesting about a teacher who's been fired all over the goddamn city?
He's still entitled to representation.
Then settle.
He wants a hearing. That's his right. More than that, I can't discuss.
I'm your husband.
What we say is confidential. What my clients say is also confidential.
They can intersect.
This isn't an isosceles triangle, okay?
You have to drop the case, Nessa.
What?
You heard me.
I'm pretending I didn't.
This is embarrassing, Nessa.
That's right. Asking me to drop a case because it complicates your political ambitions is embarrassing.
Those powerful people you're taking on back my candidacy. I look like an idiot who can't control my own wife.
You can't, Dr. Bickford.
I didn't mean it like that. Come on. There has to be a better way to get revenge.
You think that's what I'm doing?
Oh, it's pretty cut and dry. I wouldn't sign on to any of the lawsuits after Andrew died. This is your way of getting back at the school.
This is about Adam SEITZ.
Who you know so well.
That's our job, Reggie. Strangers come into our offices asking for help. I rebuild their lives. You give them pretty smiles.
The man's been fired 4 times. 5. Yet curiously never asked for a hearing before.
I think his daughter talked him out of it.
Why?
I really don't know.
Because the reasons would come out.
Adam's a teacher, not a murderer.
Everyone has something. Preston would throw dirt in all directions, Nessa. I don't want you stained.
I'm not worried.
But I am. We're a team. What hurts one hurts the other.
I don't want you hurt either, Reggie.
Then drop the case and we're all happy.
You know I can't do that.
You can, but you won't.
For the last time, this isn't about you.
No, it's about Andrew.
Oh, don't you go there.
You hide behind guilt, Nessa, suffocating guilt.
I'm warning you, Reggie.
Yours, mine, because we were ashamed of our only child.
Stop!
We turned our backs. He was too much, too exhausting. There was too little to show for the pain.
I never turned back!
Yes, you did.
son.
So did I. Yes, you did. And so did I. It wasn't Tyler Academy's fault. It was ours. Damn it, Nessa. You've got to admit to that once and for all.
Don't you ever say I wasn't a good mother. Don't you ever say that again. Now
Vanessa,
get out! Get the
Vanessa-
hell out of my office!
Vanessa knocks over a lamp. Adam's living room, a couple days later, evening.
ESTIE, I got a tweet.
Glory be. Grandma Gussie, may we also have electricity. Yid riddance to racist teacher.
Who'd write that?
At Suckoff. Oh, that's their very special Twitter name. From Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Why would someone from Wyoming attack me?
Because they can. Daddy, this is just the start.
I'm ready.
No, you're not.
Some of these are very rude. And kike is spelled with an I, not a Y. Ugh, spelling's a lost art.
Let me suspend your Twitter. I can monitor everything from my handles.
I'm not running away. Can you set me up on Facebook and the other one?
You mean Instagram, Grandpa Simpson?
The one with the clock.
TikTok.
Yes.
If you post an old dancing Jew video, I'm changing my name. I spoke to Mom. Don't worry, I didn't tell her anything.
How's she doing?
Do you really care?
About someone who abandoned me with an 8-year-old child? No.
Well, there was a lot of, Ricardo insisted on upgrading the fleet. I see sails in my sleep.
What is he, an admiral now?
Just a lot richer. He stole some mines in Botswana. You must come down before we sell this little shack.
You should see your mother.
Why? Is she dying?
The trip would do you good.
Resume every 3 months.
That's not the same.
You know I can't. So this is stupid.
What if you could?
What does it matter?
Would you go to Miami and visit your schmuck mother if you could?
No. Happy?
What if she weren't a witch? What if she were a mother who cared? What if you cared about her? Would you leave?
She is. She never was. I don't. And even if I did,
You couldn't take the chance of me screwing up.
From a drawer, ESTIE puts on a children's mask with cutouts for eyes and mouth. Doorbell rings. ESTIE answers the door.
I'm happy to come back.
No, we're good. Is there some new development?
No, I had a yen for your Swedish meatballs.
A yen.
An urge.
I got it. You could go to IKEA.
I think Vanessa has something to say.
So there is something. Go ahead. Something to be said without me. Hence the request for Swedish meatballs in the other room. Why can't I hear?
Because she doesn't want you to?
Because it's bad?
If it were bad, I would tell you.
Then why can't I stay?
Because I said so.
Oh, excuse me, but there's a slight complication to your plans. We finished the Swedish meatballs last night.
Anything will do, Adam.
I require some guidance. How long do you need to talk behind my back? Is it marinating a brisket time or cheese whiz on Ritz crackers?
Something in between. Surprise me.
And we'll know if you're listening. I hope this is worth Daddy spitting in our food.
You're quite a piece of work. I was puzzled by the tweets about Adam. That's not Tyler Academy style.
It is for teenagers.
Not those kids. I'm not very techie, so my cousin traced the original tweet from @suckoff right back to an account owned by Ancash.
I wanted to give Adam a taste of the storm coming.
Was this more truth-saying?
That's none of your damn business.
Anything concerning Adam is now my business.
Well, okay then. Let's go back to SEITZ at 9 years old. After the divorce, Daddy entertained at birthday parties between jobs. One sunny afternoon, he picked me up at school, still in his work clothes. All of PS 81 witnessed the birth of Clown Kid. I wore this for 6 months. The roots of my so-called agoraphobia, so said 5 shrinks and counting.
I'm sure Adam felt terrible.
Of course he did. Daddy's a wonderful person and I love him dearly, but he's exhausting.
Sometimes it is exhausting, but you can't turn your back on the people you love.
I pay most of the bills and clean up all the socks while shoveling up his latest disaster. How dare you say I'm not there for my father?
Yes, you are, wearing this mask every damn second.
Touché. Adam enters with coffee and cake. Esty storms into her room.
That can be an acquired taste.
I was a parent too.
Was Andrew like Esty?
Not at all. Andrew was very quiet and very sensitive. I'd find him sobbing over a cartoon. He had a lot of problems. I should have mentioned this before.
It's personal.
Yes and no. Andrew was a big Donald Trump supporter.
Oh, jeez.
Like I said, Andrew had a lot of problems. He was obsessed with Trump. Obsessed. He wore a damn MAGA hat everywhere. We couldn't go out to dinner anymore. Reggie and I acted as if it were just a phase, an extremely scary phase, but a teenage phase. It wasn't. Andrew never let on that he was bullied at school. Tyler Academy insisted they had no reports of any incidents.
That's weird. They have a pretty strict anti-bullying policy.
I guess they looked away like we did, hoping he'd come to his senses.
Then he drowns.
He didn't drown Adam. He didn't drown. He came home. We came home from a late dinner. A Trump speech filled the apartment as if the SOB was sitting in the living room. I ran up the stairs, yelling at Andrew to turn that crap off. There was a ceiling fan in his room. I saw the shadow of the fan in the doorway first, slowly turning. Then Andrew, around and around, still wearing the damn red cap.
I'm so sorry, Vanessa.
I should have told you, this is a huge conflict.
I have my reasons for pursuing the case. Why shouldn't you?
Because I'm your lawyer, Adam.
As my lawyer, has this ever influenced you to do something unethical? Or...
Absolutely not.
Then who cares? You're a parent first, Vanessa. You always will be.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Oh, there's one more thing. My husband's, who's a Democratic Socialist, is running for Congress. Preston Tyler and most of the school board are supporting him.
Well, he ain't getting my vote.
Perhaps not mine either. I better head back to the office. Thank you for your understanding. Goodbye, Esty!
Loud rock music in response, then silence. Vanessa turns to leave. Glass shatters. A brick lands down stage. Adam picks up the brick, turning it over.
What's it say? What's it say?
Adam finally hands over the brick. Esty winds up to hurl the brick. And Adam grabs her around the waist, but can't calm Esty down. Adam's living room. 1 hour later.
Thank you, officer. And I'm sorry. That wasn't helpful.
This is my brick now.
Without the evidence, it'll be harder to press charges.
You think the cops care?
It's a hate crime, Esty.
Not the hate which people care about.
Which is?
The hate that fits the proper political narrative.
I don't buy that.
Did any of those reporters call you back?
It takes time.
What if the brick had said, dirty nigger bastard?
The media would be lined up around the block.
And our super would have already fixed the window.
Esty puts the brick on the table, circling with her cell like a fashion photographer.
Smile, dirty Jew bastard. Come on, just a little. There you go. Give me a pout. Good. Now some shoulder. Lift the chin.
You're posting that.
Got an objection, counselor?
Fire away.
Listen, we'll be a little late with the next payment.
That's okay.
No, it's not. We always pay our bills eventually. I've lost some advertisers. Like, all of them. The New York Times article didn't help. It's everywhere. Everyone picked it up.
Tyler denied leaking the story.
Well, that's what have done it. They made Adam into a white supremacist. Dad says plenty of stupid things, but never anything bigoted.
All anonymous quotes.
Which they happily printed. Back when appearances didn't rule the world, Daddy invited his students over on Friday afternoons. The place looked like the UN. They'd sing, he'd tell jokes, make them eat, of course.
What about you?
I wasn't invited. Daddy insisted it was just for his kids, but He was afraid I'd say something wrong. Please, don't tell Adam about my advertisers. I'm his only success, and look.
A child who'll risk their business for their father isn't so bad.
Estie's cell pings.
What the? Twitter suspended my account.
Why?
This is Twitter. They don't need a real reason.
The hashtag dirty Jew bastard probably didn't help.
Sorry. You're just a tool.
And please stop talking to the brick. I'll tweet out the photo.
You'll be trolled.
I've lost a couple of clients myself. Sure you'll be okay? Esty.
I'm fine. Go. Might as well lose my Instagram and Facebook accounts.
Good news. Mr. Petrov will board up the window tonight.
Grandma Gussie strikes again. Can I get your class list with the addresses?
Why?
I'm updating our holiday cards.
I don't believe you.
Good, because I am obviously lying. Don't make me hack into your laptop.
You can do that?
God, how old are you? I want to find out who's trashing you in the press.
They're not my students. Their parents are behind these stories.
Yeah, teenagers always do what their folks say.
Honey, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I don't want you pressuring
I just want your kids to tell the truth. Honesty, ethics, the Adam SEITZ code of arms.
That's right.
Look where it's gotten you.
What would you say?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a great plan.
Thank you, General Washington. I need to see the list so I can figure out who I know.
They're much younger than you.
Maybe I slept with their sisters.
How will you contact them?
By the usual digital unreality.
And what if they want to meet? So, the last time you were...
I just changed my meds. The saleswoman was a jerk who wouldn't throw a shoe.
Sweetie, it's been 2 years since you even brought garbage down to the basement.
Oh, is that the problem? My shirking of household duties?
Estie storms into the kitchen and returns swinging the garbage bag.
Out of my way. Move. Move.
Estie stops a few feet from the front door, unable to move. Finally, Estie slumps onto the garbage bag. Adam kneels and takes her hand. Embarrassed, Estie shuffles into the bedroom, dragging the bag along the floor. SEITZ living room, next day, afternoon.
Strong.
Too much for you.
No.
Need more sugar? Cream?
I've had stronger coffee. I heard you had some trouble the other day.
Vanessa told you.
No, it was on the news.
Where?
I don't remember.
Because the press ignored us. We also got tossed from social media.
I heard as we hear things we care about and things we don't.
In which category does a brick through my window fall?
The category where I care about my wife. I saw Vanessa's tweet. Now, can we cut the garbage? I'm here to help you, Adam. Yeah? Okay. If you settle with the school, forego the hearing, and sign an NDA, I'll sweeten the pot.
Really now?
Yes, indeed.
Let me understand, because sometimes I'm slow. I can keep all the money from my contract.
And a chunk more. How's 50 grand sound? You can fix the place up. It could sure use it.
Maybe put up curtains around my brand new window.
Whatever you want, Adam.
Long as I keep my mouth shut.
Reggie tosses a folder onto the coffee table.
I've had the papers drawn up.
That's very thoughtful. Should I ask Vanessa to review it?
Let's keep this between us.
Got it. And why are you being so generous, Dr. Bickford?
Because Vanessa's a soft touch for the sad story. A brilliant attorney, third in her class at Columbia, and wasting her career.
On sad stories like mine.
That's right, Adam. I'm not a soft touch.
But not if you want to be a congressman.
It's called ambition. Ever hear of it?
I even had some. Then life took over.
The trick is not letting that happen.
Ooh, that's sharp. Should I be writing these down?
Wouldn't do you no good. My offer is valid for 24 hours, SEITZ.
Or else you'll leak more stories.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Preston Tile is a blowhard, but he farts by committee. But a hungry politician who feeds reporters stories earns favors down the road. Isn't that how the game works?
For those who know how to play.
I can see Vanessa was the soft touch with Andrew, not you.
Do not put his name in your mouth.
That had to be difficult. You, an ambitious democratic socialist with an emotionally troubled Donald-loving son.
I'm counting to 3,
That was
SEITZ.
embarrassing, right? How many times did you wish you had a different child?
1,
Or when no one heard your thoughts, wishing he'd disappear.
2.
Not because you didn't love him, because you loved him too much. So damn much. But you had no idea how to make him better. Sometimes we don't. We just don't know what to do. And the helplessness, the frustration, the self-loathing at failing your child hurts like hell. Doesn't it, Reggie? Here. And here. 3.
Adam hands the folder to Reggie.
This was my grandma Gussie's apartment. Thanks anyway, but I'll keep things the way they are.
Adam slumps on the couch, drained.
Where are you going?
Out.
What?
OUFT.
Esty pauses by the door. Brave breaths. Esty exits into her room and returns slinging the garbage bag, muttering like Popeye. Esty exits as if dragons are waiting in the hallway. SEITZ living room. That night. Adam enters in a clown costume.
Daddy, you remember Nadia Ruiz?
How can I forget one of my best students? Chowman is 5 today.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Adam spritzes the seltzer bottle too hard and sprays Nadia.
Oh, sorry.
Adam gives his red wig to Nadia, who's a little undone.
It's only seltzer, kid.
I'm scared of clowns.
It's still me. Ta-da!
Dump the floppy shoes.
Autumn kicks off the shoes.
And the shirt. And pants. Please, Grandma Gussie, let him have underwear.
Adam takes off the red clown cape and undresses down to a t-shirt and sweatpants. Esty douses a napkin with wine and wipes away Adam's makeup.
Anything else? So, Nadia, what brings you all the way from Queens?
She has something to say.
Maybe.
No, definitely.
Maybe.
Honey, did Esty force you to come?
No one forces me to do anything. I'm here on my own free will. May I please have a glass of water?
No, talk, kid.
God's sakes, Esty.
Okay. I enjoyed most of your class, Adam.
Why only most?
The class wasn't balanced. I didn't
Ah,
see anti-Semitism.
I know. There were some students who just...
Students, you.
Excuse me?
You always criticize the Israelis, sometimes mockingly, sometimes very nastily, very.
That's just my self-deprecating humor.
But you never did that to the Israelis, the Palestinians.
No, I guess I didn't.
Why not?
I had to be careful. Someone might have complained.
About being prejudiced.
Right.
What about the complaints over insulting the Jews?
There were none. You're the first, Nadia.
3 subways, 2 buses, 1 police action. Talk.
If this bothered you so much, why didn't you ever say anything?
In class?
Or privately? Are you Jewish, Nadia?
No, Hispanic. And everyone speaks freely around me.
And what do they say?
How some Jews are treated.
Like?
Bullied. Swastikas on lockers. The defaced star of
David.
some Jews even purposely getting lower grades.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
There's a process, Nadia. Students can appeal all grades.
Not if they're afraid of the reprisals. Don't you believe me?
Yes, we do.
You said some Jews were mistreated, but not all?
Only the Zionists. The others are fine as long as they agree.
With who?
The rest. Like the ones who laughed at your self-deprecating jokes.
But now you want to speak up.
Oh no.
What? You promised.
I said I would tell Adam. That's all.
What are you afraid of, Nadia?
Nothing. Losing my scholarship.
Why would that happen?
I lied on the admissions application. My father's white. We were told we'd have a better chance if both my parents were Hispanic. I used my mother's maiden name.
You're an honor student. Your paintings are all over the school. They wouldn't take away your scholarship.
What if they did? My mom's a nurse. My father's a truck driver. We cannot afford the tuition. I would have to go to a public high school. Do you know what that's like? It's horrible. It's horrible.
We wouldn't ask you to risk that, would we, Esty?
I shouldn't have come. I thought this would be easier.
But you still came. 3 subways, 2 buses.
And one police action. I enjoy your class, Adam. A lot of us do. I wanted you to know that.
Even though I pissed you off.
My mother said that's what good teachers do.
No, Nadia. That's what good teachers used to be able to do.
Esty wanted me to hear without spooking Nadia.
What'd you think?
Well, bullying wasn't a surprise to me. Was it to you, Adam?
Daddy?
Last year I met some...
Last year?
Let him talk, Esty.
A couple of Jewish kids came to my office pretty shaken up. They'd been called Nazis.
Why'd they talk to you?
I guess they felt I was one of them.
The teacher who mocks Israelis?
Yeah, him. Maybe the kids understood why I did that. Or maybe there was just no one else.
What'd you say?
Is this prep for tomorrow's hearing?
No, just for me.
I told them to let it go.
Why?
Why? Why? Because nothing would have been done.
At least there'd be a report.
The kids would have gotten into trouble.
Fair enough. But you still could have gone to Preston. But you didn't.
God, Daddy. God, you knew all along. I dragged poor Nadia all the way.
I've heard stories. This happens so much now in schools.
Making it okay.
No, just not surprising.
Which is another way of making it okay.
I never realized it was so widespread at Tyler.
So what? So what? Even one wrong is wrong. Isn't that what you taught me? How many times was I suspended from school because I stood up for someone? But you never scolded me. Never. Just, good work, Esty. Even one wrong is wrong.
We needed the money.
Stop, Daddy. Just stop.
I was afraid, okay? I didn't want to get into trouble either. After all these years, I thought I'd finally found a home. I'm sorry, Esther.
It's all right. What's the point of loving someone if they can't disappoint you?
Give me the class list.
Why? Nadia won't testify.
There are other kids.
Who already told me to screw off.
But as an attorney, I can say another student came forward anonymously. Sometimes that leverage works.
Not bad for a friend of Matt Damon. Look, I'd tag along, but going out twice in a day.
I understand. Thanks for getting Nadia. But Adam, if you're done with your pity party...
The determined Adam suddenly puts on the red clown cape.
What on earth are you doing?
Look, up in the sky, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's Super Jew.
Preston Tyler's office. An hour later, Adam bursts in, interrupting Preston's lunch.
Well, if it isn't my favorite soon-to-be former teacher. Nice cape.
Thank you.
Are you wearing purple eyeshadow?
Yeah. You got a problem with that?
No, not at all.
Don't worry. This'll be quick. I'd like to withdraw my appeal.
Finally.
Wait, in exchange for
My sandwich is getting cold here.
a public investigation into the bullying of Jewish students at Tyler Academy.
Delightful. Simply delightful. I'll miss that peasant righteousness. Before I throw you out, I just have to ask you one thing. Why would I do such a thing?
Because I have proof.
Oh, goodness gracious. Like the proof that I discriminated against you?
No, I have a witness.
Oh, who?
A student.
Who?
I'm not telling you.
Because you haven't anyone.
Are you sure?
Quite.
You better hope so, because your teachers won't lie to save your butt.
About the non-existent bullying?
Giving lower grades to punish students for their political reasons.
You're fishing.
Am I? What about swastikas on lockers? Defacing the Star of David?
Pranks.
Right, pranks. Did you report that to the police?
Why would I?
Does the phrase hate crime ring a bell?
They weren't Tyler's students. Security found outsiders were responsible.
Oh, those damn Brooklyn neo-Nazis.
Seems so.
What about surveillance cameras?
I don't have to answer to you.
You'll have to answer to someone, Preston.
Gladly. I do what's best for my students.
Not everyone.
I protect the helpless against bullying, not the guilty.
Come again?
You heard me correctly.
So the Zionists are guilty.
The last gasp of a dying culture whose time has come and gone.
Very nice, Mr. Teitelbaum. And the Trump supporters?
Is that even a debate?
It was for Andrew Bickford.
Oh, yes, poor Andrew. Well, he deserved to be bullied.
No one deserves to be bullied, Preston.
When you threaten others, you do.
Did Andrew harass other kids?
Well, not physically.
Then how?
With his sordid views.
Got it. Attacks on Zionists and conservatives are justified.
Just say they're understandable.
But bullying a democratic socialist would be wrong.
Yes.
Or a transgender.
Do you have a checklist?
No, but you obviously do.
That's my job, to rescue children, Adam. To protect them from their clueless parents, addictive cell phones, and yes, well-meaning clowns like you.
Who believe in freedom of speech.
The freedom which protects freedom of hate. Look, in America, is it working anymore? You're a teacher, man. You know these children aren't as bright as we were, nor as morally strong. They must be shielded from the confusing marketplace of ideas.
You mean like making up your own mind?
The horse and buggy of democracy.
So you save kids from the dangers of thinking by only allowing what's safest to think. You good, me bad, we done.
That's right. And while the rest of the country worries about the price of chicken wings, schools like Tyler Academy enable the gifted to assume their rightful positions of leadership.
The pipeline to the Hamptons.
I see it more as a Noah's Ark. Adam, someone must lead.
No, Preston, someone must rule.
And someone must follow the timeless story of humanity.
Even if 15-year-olds hang themselves along the way.
Adam's about to exit, but suddenly spins around and spritzes Preston seltzer, leaving Preston sputtering. Vanessa's office. Late that night. As Vanessa turns on the lights, she's startled by Reggie in a chair.
Oh, my God.
Good evening.
Jesus Christ, Reggie, it's after midnight.
Probably. Where you been?
You're drunk.
No, but I sure tried to. So,
What?
where you been? Or is that secret confidential? Shh.
Go home, Reg, please.
Oh, home, yes. Recollect that place?
I've been busy.
With shh or is him?
I have tons of work.
Couldn't you have done it at Grandma Gussie's desk?
Have you been to Adam's apartment?
As if he didn't tell you.
You wouldn't. What did you do?
That's confidential.
What the hell did you do, Reggie?
Charm, reason, bribery. Don't worry, nothing worked. Adam's quite the ethical man. I see why you're attracted to him.
It's not like that.
I didn't mean like that, Nessa.
Oh, like that, yes. Adam wouldn't try bribing his wife's client.
Oh, there's lower than that.
Such as? Just tell me.
When I finally threatened Preston with a lawsuit, that's right, Nessa, I did threaten. He admitted they had overlooked some bullying episodes.
You lied.
A lawsuit might have been messy.
It wasn't up to you to decide.
Would you have settled or would you have launched the missiles? Who knows where they'll land? My grandfather said, when you roll around in the mud with the pig's happy.
So the pigs found a way out.
Silence in exchange for political support from Tyler Academy. That's it? You haven't got nothing to say? That's it?
Would you
That's all.
prefer screaming, horror, rage?
At least disgust, contempt.
Don't worry. You got that, Reg.
I didn't do this for me, Nessa.
For God's sake, don't insult my intelligence.
I did. It was for Andrew.
Have you no shame?
I swear, I thought by becoming a congressman, helping people, I could do something positive so our son didn't die for nothing.
Nothing? Nothing. Andrew gave us 15 years of life, Reggie. There was a lot of good. That's what I want to remember. That's what I need to remember. Not that damn fan, Reggie, the good. Like the little boy pedaling like mad on his first bicycle, that red bike.
Racing so far ahead, we had to run to catch up.
Him falling off.
Right.
And then you buying us chocolate ice cream cones.
Double scoops.
With sprinkles. Lots of rainbow sprinkles.
You were a good mother, Nessa.
I know. You were a good father too, Reggie. Yes, you were. You just have to find the memories through the pain.
Preston's office the next morning.
Give it another few minutes.
Sorry, traffic's a beast.
Well, now that we're all here and cozy, may we begin? Welcome and good morning, Vanessa. Always a delight to see you. Your client has mentioned you may have a last-minute statement from a concerned party. Shocking. Dr. Bickford, what a pleasant surprise. Reggie, you know Adam SEITZ? No, I'm sure you do. Well then, everything today is rather cut and dried. Vanessa's quite passionate brief failed to show any factual prejudice towards Mr. SEITZ based on his religion or politics, other than his competence.
There is widespread discrimination at Tyler Academy.
And the evidence is?
The students were afraid to testify.
How convenient.
What about?
Bullying.
Bullying.
But
alleged bullying.
But not all the Jews.
Just the political ones.
Yes.
What happened to the kid?
Kids. I spoke to 8 kids, Reggie.
Who are not here.
Because they're afraid.
Was anyone hurt?
No, since it never happened.
They covered it up, Reggie. They covered it up.
Did they now?
You can't make wild charges.
Shut up, Preston. Do you believe their stories, Nessa?
Yes, I do.
All right, I see where this is going. I'm cutting it off right now. You can't reference Andrew's experience. You both signed a non-disclosure agreement. Anything you say would be inadmissible.
That true, Nessa?
Yes.
So says your lawyer. Now, if we can move along.
Does that bar me from talking about a side deal I made with Preston?
Did you sign anything?
No. It was just a gentleman's agreement.
What is this? Don't be a fool, Reggie. It's your word against mine.
So what? In a society where everyone must be right and everyone must be wrong. Truth is what we want to believe, Preston.
And you want everyone to believe the only reason we supported your campaign was to cover up some schoolyard bullying?
And do you want everyone to think that the only reason you supported an African-American candidate, that was the only reason?
Oh, please. Are you really playing that card?
Yes. For the first time in my life. Just for you.
Go ahead. Your career is dead.
Probably, but so is yours.
Like hell, my parents own this school.
You tell that to your board, your donors, parents, teachers, especially after I call that New York Times reporter. Oh, he's gonna love this story.
Vanessa slides a yellow legal pad across the desk.
Start writing, Preston.
SEITZ living room, an hour later. Adam and Vanessa clink champagne glasses.
Diet Coke never tasted so good.
I wasn't prepared to celebrate, though I have a Xanax if you want. Were you surprised about Reggie's deal with Tyler?
I always suspected, but I've been good at looking away.
Are we all? So now what?
You were there. Preston resigns and Tyler Academy will conduct an investigation.
I meant with you and Reggie.
Oh. I don't know, Adam. I don't see how we ever get past that kind of betrayal.
But Reggie saved the day.
That was for him, not us. And in his way, for Andrew.
Still, you've been married 22 years.
Whew, that's a long time to throw away. But I don't want to dance on broken glass either.
Adam moves a little closer.
Maybe I'm not the right person to ask these questions.
Adam takes Vanessa's hand. Their touch lingers. Vanessa steps back.
So, I have a joke for you.
A joke?
Yes. It's 1935. It's two German Jews, Moish and Mendel, have had it with Hitler. Though enough already. They buy guns and hide where Hitler's motorcade passes every day at 10 a.m. They wait. 10 a.m. Nothing. 11 a.m. Bupkis. At noon, with no Hitler in sight, Mendel turns to Moish and says, "Oy vey! I hope nothing happened to him." Not bad, huh?
Terrible.
What?
That's the worst Jewish accent I ever heard.
Okay, it needs a little work.
Oh, but there is potential. Jerry Seinfeld will be at the Beacon Theater next month. Maybe you and I could go.
On a date?
No, not a date.
Because I'm married.
Which would be inappropriate.
Yes, it would.
This is for research.
Oh, research. To work on my comic timing.
Exactly. I'll get the tickets.
We go Dutch.
Absolutely.
Because I'm...
Yes. Let me know what days work. You can't do Thursdays because of your support group, right?
I can miss a week.
Then maybe a drink after.
Not a drink.
Coffee.
Dessert's also fine.
Dutch.
I'll let you pay for that.
Vanessa takes a briefcase.
Goodbye, Esty.
Bye.
Progress. We'll talk soon.
Very smooth, Mr. SEITZ. Very smooth. You about swept that poor woman right out of her Jimmy Choos. God, how old are you?
Today, about 25. And where are you going?
Simpsons.
Fancy schmancy.
I'm celebrating. Most of my advertisers came back.
How'd that happen?
I told them what happened at the hearing. No.
I'm not.
I'm just rebuilding my business.
Who says otherwise?
We're also way behind on bills.
I'm getting damages from Tyler.
You'll pay some of the bills. I need a new coat. I mean, look at how ratty that thing is.
And you're proud of me, aren't you, Esty?
We had a great lawyer.
Yes, we did.
Reggie came through.
Big time.
I'm sure your students will testify now.
And you're proud of me.
I was always proud of you. The mask wasn't for you, Daddy. It was for me. Of course, now you have to hug me.
If you don't mind.
Esty grudgingly opens her arms. Adam hugs her. Fighting tears, Esty buries her head in Adam's chest before pulling away.
I should go. I have a reservation at 6.
Who are you meeting?
No one. What? People eat alone. I have Apple Arcade on my phone.
I've never been to Simpson's. I hear they have great steaks.
You want to come?
Yeah, it's okay. There's leftover pigs in the blanket.
Just put on your floppy shoes and let's go.
I'm in the mood to drink.
Me too.
It's 2:45. There's no one in the place except Esty and me.
Grumbling Popeye-like, Esty comes back into the apartment. Esty considers the mask before tossing it aside and exiting.
So set 'em up, Joe.
I've got a little story you ought to know.
Make it one for my baby.
And one more for the road.